Connection terminated.
Hey guys, how's it going? Digivore Gaming here. So I'm back. It's a new year and this is the first video for it. Cross Hearts versus Beelstar. As you can see, I went first, hatched an egg, didn't have a rookie, so I was forced to play the Taiki, which isn't too bad. Reveal the top 4. And those are the only 2 copies I play of those 2 tamers there, and they went straight to the bottom, which isn't really too good. And for the most part, I got the Shaman underneath Taiki, and you know, for the most part. So I put my opponent at 3, he draws for turn, goes and hatches his egg. And then he digivolves here for Gazimon. He draws a card, and he's at 3. Goes ahead and drops a Psychmon, so he goes to 0. And proceeds to drop a second Psychmon, like a dick. So then I'm at 3, I draw for turn. I drew into a rookie, thank God. Digivolved for Shoutmon, drew a card. Played Fireball for 2, destroyed one of those Psychmons already, because we just don't want that there. So then we play Zenjiro for 3, setting him to 2, and then playing the Beelstarmon. It does have blocker. I should have suspended Zenjiro to set him back to 1, but hey, whatever. It happens. So then he goes, drew for turn, promotes the Gazimon. Then he decides to play his own tamer, and it sets me back to 2. Go, draw, and then I promote the Shoutmon. I played Darulumon for 4, putting him at 3 because he's on the tamer, and I'm just going to get rid of the other Psychmon now because we can't Digicross if he has it on the board, so yeah. Passed it back to him, obviously. He hatches his egg. And then right here, he starts to debate on what he wants to do. Gazimon doesn't do too much to me. I mean, I do play the 1 reinforcement, but I don't think I played it in this game. So he just straight up Death X me. And for the most part, he sent me to 2. But that is going to wipe my board. So I just get save for all these 3. And I put them all underneath Zenjiro. So I'm at 3 now. I draw. Now I have to face a whole new board. I digivolve for Sparrowmon in the back and to draw a card. I hard drop Beelstarmon for 4. He goes back to 3. And then completely forgot that it just dies. So that was just a dumb move on my part. That's what I get for not playing the deck in a while. I mean, I haven't touched it since the ban list, to be honest. But, I mean, it's going to get support in BT 11 and 12. So I figured I might as well just play it for a bit too. And get used to playing the deck again. So as you can see, he was at 3. He hard played a Blanc. Discarded 1 card to draw 2. Now he's at 0. Digivolves for Gabumon in the back. Draws another card. Swings in for Death X for 1 security check. Then he gets bold enough to swing in with the Gazi. It's a Beelstarmon, so it dies. And he gets the Demi-Mera effect to draw 1 card. And then discard 1 card. Digivolves for 2 for Eismon, and then passes turn after he draws. So I promote my Sparrowmon. Not too much to... Like, I don't have too much options here, to be honest. I'm at 2. But for the most part, I did have this secret tech. I swing in. I draw for the Pikmon. And it survives. Which is good, because I needed to keep that on the board so that this other card wouldn't die. So I ended up just playing Grandel Soul for 8. And then just, since it was already suspended, it just bottom decks it and gets rid of that whole problem. I should have suspended the Blanc, but I didn't. Not that it matters, because it was going to unsuspend anyway. So it goes back to him. He's got quite a lot of memory here. So let's see if that helped me in the long run. But for the most part, he promotes the Eismon, swings in, 1 security check. He hits the X5 and it dies. One of the rare times you'll see that card die. because everybody knows it has jamming. So he draws 3, discards 2. For the Eismon. I believe he had a Gobblemon underneath that, so he draws 2 more. And then just trashes 1 from hand. Yep. It's I believe Eismon is really good in this deck. Overall, any other deck, it just seems like it works better here. He discards a Beelstar for the Demi-Mare Egg. Or was that the Demi-Mare Egg? Yeah, it was. Going through his graveyard, his trash pile, I mean. Sorry, this Yu-Gi-Oh! Mentality kicked in out of nowhere. I mean, do you guys call it graveyard? Or do you guys call it trash? I mean, it's trash. So, plays a Miss Memory Boost for 3 by trashing the top 2 from his deck and then drawing 1. So now he's at 3. Must be nice to have some extra memory in the next turn. He drops a Beelstar for 6 by playing the Nailbone. What exactly? Oh, he brings back the Eismon and the Gobblemon, I think. Yep. Well, a Gobblemon. So it passes turn. Goes to me. My Sparrowmon unsuspends. I hatch an egg. I should have swung with Sparrowmon, but I didn't. I Digivolved for a second one instead. And then drew a card. I suspend Taiki so I can Digicross. So I Digicross for 5. And obviously I suspended Taiki because he can let you use materials underneath a tamer for your Digicross evolution. And I go into X5 for free, which is really damn helpful. I suspend the Zenjiro to gain a memory, so I go to 4. It has Rush right now, Piercing. I believe I get to draw 1 for Starmon, and it gets 1,000 plus for the Sparrow, or Reboot. No, it has Reboot, yeah. So I swing in for 2 checks. First check's the Icemon, the second check is a Psychmon. Got rid of all of his Icemons. No, I mean, his Psychmons, I'm sorry. So I'm looking pretty decent here, even though I only got 2 cards left in the stack. But what he doesn't know is that I have something in hand as well. And wouldn't you know it, I'm at 4 memory. He's gonna go to 3 anyways, so why not? Why not? Pretty sure you guys know what I'm gonna do next here. You can see it in the hand right there a little bit. I play the Death X for 5. He goes to 3. And I just wipe the board, except the Beelstar. But for the most part, he'll get the Eismon effect. So he draws 3. And trashes 2. And then the X5 gains Reboot on his turn. I just unsuspended it preemptively, so I wouldn't forget. I'm not sure if that's allowed, actually, but, you know. Someone in the comment section let me know if that's allowed, but, or do you just wait? I mean, you have to wait because it's during your opponent's turn, actually, but, you know, this is why I make these videos, so you guys learn from my mistakes. And it's kind of crazy because I have to voice over this. So it's his turn. He's at 3. He Digivolves for Gobblemon in the back. Draws a card. He does have a Miss Memory Boost, like I said earlier. He Digivolves for 1 for Devimon blocker. Getting his blocker out now. The next turn, maybe. If it goes into next turn. I gotta say, the game is pretty neck and neck. So he swings in with Beelstar for 1 security check. And it's a Shoutmon King. So, nothing too important, I guess. He destroys his own Beelstar with Calling from Darkness to recover 2 purple cards from trash. So he's going to recover the same Beelstar he killed. And the second Beelstar. Huh. Yep, 2 Beelstars he recovered. Well, I guess you do need that's the main card of the deck, so I'm assuming he didn't have any other ones in hand. So now he finally uses the mist. So he goes from 1 to 3 again. Plays a Dracmon for 3. Goes to 0. Recovers the Calling of Darkness. From Darkness, I'm sorry. Pretty nifty right there. It's at 1. So Dracmon really helps with that. And not just that card. I believe it recycles any of the purple options. Or any option for that matter. I could be wrong. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. So he's at 0 right now. And that Dragmon's gonna die. So he hard drops the Beelstar for 4. And then decides to use, what did he use in here? Kakaya's? Yep. Kakaya's Breath, my X5. And it gets no material save there. That kind of sucked. Passed it over to me. I'm at 4. Both my tamers on suspend. I promote my Sparrowmon. And it just seems like I have the edge here. So I'm going to go swing with my Sparrowmon. Draw 1 for Pikmon. It's another tamer. Swinging with Death X for the last one. Another tamer. I play Zenjiro for 3. Going to 1. Playing the Ballisti underneath the Taiki, and then suspend both to gain 2, so I go back to 3. And now I have a blocker on board at least. Because he does have his own blocker in the back. And even if you lose 2 memory, that's still an attack, so does it really matter? All he needs to do is swing in with the Beelstar and then go for game with the blocker. While I just have to survive the next turn. Easier said than done, right? Especially when I just Death X'd him back. So I hard drop Spidermon for 4. And then all he really does is de-digivolve something, but since I don't have anything to de-digivolve, it just goes straight underneath the Beelstarmon, which I shouldn't have done, to be honest, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys, get something out of this here. For his turn, he's at 3, he promotes, and he gains the 1 memory, because I only had like 5 cards in hand, but he had 7 or 8, I believe. So he gains the 1 memory, he's at 4, promoted his Devimon. Swings in with Beelstar. I decided to not block. And I didn't have a Darulumon, so it didn't really do anything for me. And this is where he should have just swung in, but I do have a blocker, so what's he gonna do? Wait a second, I just realized he dropped a Beelstar for 4 earlier, didn't he? I think that's what he did. Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Just straight up Kakai's Breath, the blocker. And then swings away with his own blocker for 2. And that was it, you guys. Go to game 2. So game 2. He went ahead and I let him go first because I was very nice. So he hatches his egg. And I'm not sure if he opened up with a rookie here or not. He did. Just decided to hard drop it though for 3. So I go to 3. Draw for turn. Hatch my Pikmon. Digivolve for Starmon. I draw a card. I play a card for 3. Play a Darulama for free. And then pop his Psychmon. And then I play TK and Kari. I should have suspended the Akari, but I didn't. I don't know why I don't do these things. So off to a pretty good start. And then back to him. He plays another Psychmon for 3, going to 1. And then he plays a Blanc for 3, sending me to 2. Trashes 1 to draw 2 cards. And I draw for turn. I promote my Starmon. The Starmon, I'm sorry. I swing in for 1 security check. Hits the Beelstar. It has save. I drew for the Pikmon when it swung. I play Fireball for 2, going to 0, and I get rid of that Psychmon. Then I play Beelstarmon for 4. And then I suspended the Akari and drew a card, so I kind of made up for it in the end. Before the turn was over, at least. So now he's at 4. He doesn't have too much going on. Decided to just give up his Psychmons in the early game. So he's forced to Digivolve into Dracmon, which normally he wouldn't do, but at this point doesn't have a choice. Then he Digivolves for 2 for Eismon. Goes to 2. Draws for Digivolve. Swings away with the Blanc, but forgot I had a blocker, so, or he must have forgot because I was going to block that for sure. I wasn't going to let him chip away. So then he plays his Matt and Sora Tamer for 4, sending me to 2. I draw for turn. I hatch the egg. I Digivolve for Sparrowmon. Then I play another Beelstarmon for 4, sending him to 2. And then suspending the Akari to draw a card. And then it's his turn. He draws. He promotes the Eismon. And obviously I'm not going to block that one. Because you all know that Eismon has jamming. He swings with Eismon. And it's a Darulama, so it actually dies like it's supposed to. So it draws 3. And then discards 2. I'm assuming he's going to discard some type of options so he can get his trash going. Yep. Oh, 2 fly bullets. And then draws 1 for the Demi, and then discards 1 more for the Demi-Maramon. Huh. Got rid of a Beelstar too. You can just recover it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So he's still at 2. Doesn't have anything hatched or anything on the board, so it's not looking too good for him, to be honest. It just seems like I managed to outpace him as far as dropping things on the board and getting rid of the Psychmons early in the game. It's not like I was in a Digicross early in the game anyways. It's kind of rare for anyone to open up like that and be able to Digicross that early in the game. Unless it's like Blue Flare or something. Overall, I feel like Blue Flare is the better Digicross deck out of the main three, which would be Xros, Cross Hearts, Blue Flare, and Dark Digimon, I believe. And I think Barga Army too. So right here, you Beelstars for 5. No, where was he at? He was at 2 for 7. I'm sorry. I think he was at 2. So he Beelstar for 7. And then he plays a Nailbone. So brings back the Psychmon. And I believe the Icemon. Yep. So now I got all the memory in the world. I draw for turn. I gain a memory, I think, for the Tai and Kari. No, I don't. So I swing it with Sparrowmon. And it's a Blanc, so it survives. I draw one for the Pikmon egg. I play a Kari for 3. I go to 2. And then play a Darulamon for free to pop the Psychmon. And then suspend both Akaris to draw 2 cards. Which is pretty damn nuts. I swing away with Darulamon because the other one I had already. Oh no, Beelstarmon first. And it's a fly bullet. So he pops my other Beelstarmon. And it has save, so it goes underneath my Tai and Kari. Swing in with Darulamon. And it's a Death X, so then it has save. It goes underneath my other Akari. I'm at 2 memory still. And I play Sunrise Buster by dropping the Akari and then playing a Darulamon. So it's 3 Akaris plus the Tai and Kari. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep. Deletes the Beelstar. Honestly, I opened up with the Sunrise Buster early in the game. I actually opened up pretty damn well in that game. So I was able to pull that off. Such a rare sight to behold. Because it used to be so common before they got hit. So now he's at 3. And I don't think he gets the memory still. So his tamer's not really putting in any work in for him yet. And he does have an Icemon though, and my blocker there is suspended, so he can just swing away. He's going through his trash to see what he has in there. And from what I remember, he doesn't have too much going on in the trash yet. But he can drop a Beelstar, so it doesn't really matter. So he's going to play a Beelstar for 5. Yeah. And then just nukes the whole board when that card, oh my gosh. That was insane. They all get saved, so each Akari has 1 card underneath it. The Beelstarmon goes underneath the Tai and Kari, and then the Sparrowmon I put underneath the Tai and Kari as well. They all have save. So he draws 3 for the Icemon. And discards 2. And I was trying to figure out, yeah, I gained the 1 memory from him being under less than 3. So, discards 2 right there. So, right here I'm at 3. I don't know why he's at 1. Or, no, he's at, yeah, I'm at 3. because his side has the dice on the 2. But I gained the memory for my tamer, so. My tamer is all in suspend. Hatch an egg. Digivolve for Spearamon. Draw a card. I play Taiki for 3. Go to 0. Reveal the top 4. Add the Shoutmon King. And then play the Starmon underneath Taiki. The other 2 go to the bottom. And then Digicross for 3. For Shoutmon King. Suspend all 3 Akaris to draw 3. And then I recover the Dorulumon. Add it to hand. Then it goes back to him. He's at 3. He promotes the Gabumon. Going through his hand, trying to figure out what he wants to do here. So he swings away with Beelstar, and it hits the Grand Del Sol. So it suspends the Gabumon, and then just bottom decks the Beelstar. Spicy Tech coming in twice already. Shout out to Henry Pham. I really hope I didn't mispronounce the last part. But he's the one who put everybody on game with that little tech right there. That card's busted in this deck, to be honest. And I only play the 1 of, so I'm pretty glad it came out in a stack. And I was able to use it in the last game to bottom deck the Death X. Because that's a really good option to deal with that thing. And the Beelstar, because now you can't just recover it from trash or just keep dropping it. Might just bump that to 2. I think he was playing 2 in his build. Yeah, it's definitely a 2 for sure in this deck. I mean, you got all the green to play it, so it's pretty good. He plays a Nailbone for 7. Sets me to 4. It's kind of forced into that since that option actually hurt him pretty bad. Plays a Psychmon, so I can't Digicross. And an Eismon. But to be honest, at this point it's too late. So it's my turn. I'm at 4. These all unsuspend. I promote the Spearamon. I swing in. Draw for the Pikmon. It dies. It has save. And then I just swing for game. With the King. Now we're going to get into the last game. Game 3. So in game 3, he was pretty nice enough to let me go first this time around. So I go ahead and hatch my egg. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't draw a single rookie, which really hurt. So I was forced to play Zenjiro for 3. And for the most part, I dropped the blocker. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. I forgot about that. I think it was just nothing but tamers, I think. It was pretty bad. And, you know, spoiler alert, I lost this game here. Just to give you guys a quick heads up already. It's not that long. So he drops Psychmon for 3, and then he plays an Icemon for 4. Which I was thinking, oh, wow, so he's going to actually do that. I had an X5 in hand, and I made a huge decision, and I completely fucked up. So I just hard dropped it for 10. I figured if he can't do shit, then I'll have a blocker for the most part, and I can just start chipping away with 2 every turn. And I suspended Zenjiro, so I actually put him at 5 instead of 6. So for the most part, that was a pretty decent play in my opinion. If you guys say it's not, drop a comment. What do you guys think? Did I make the right call? I mean, to be honest, if you just saw my hand, I mean, that was like the best option at the moment, I thought, in my offense. So anyways, he's at 5. Swings in with Eismon. He has jamming so it doesn't die. And he wouldn't even dare and swing in with the Psychmon because I have the blocker. But then he just fly bullets it. And I'm just like, why? Why do you hate me so much? He sets me to 2. I draw. I still don't have a rookie, which sucks so bad. And I'm just looking at my hand, trying to figure out what the hell I can do. So I hard drop the Shaman King for 5, and then I just recover the X5. So, you know, he's at 3 for the most part. I didn't give him too much memory. So his Icemon on suspends. He's at 3. Swings in. Jamming again so it doesn't die. I get the Akari with no effect. Hard plays a Blanc for 3. Goes to 0. Discards 1 card to draw 2. And, you know, for the most part, this game was pretty effed up from my side to begin with. How many turns have passed by and I haven't even hatched... I mean, I haven't even Digivolved over my egg yet. So, I mean, well, never mind. I was to say, he did the same thing until he just literally Digivolved for Dracmon, which he normally wouldn't do anyways, but he did. Just to get the extra drawing, so it actually paid off and dropped another Blanc for 3. Discarding the Kakaias to draw 2 more cards. And then I'm at 3 for the most part. So I draw for turn. And I still don't have a rookie. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. So what I do is play Darulamo for 4. Put him to 1. Suspends Enjiro. Gain a memory back. Go to 0. Suspend Akari. Draw a card. Pop the Psychmon. So I'm at 0. And I can Digicross. And then I decide to at least thin out the herd. And I play a Fireball for 2. And then I delete one of the other Blancs. I'm just prolonging the inevitable here, really. Goes back to his turn. He's at 2. The Icemon suspends. Promotes the Dracmon. Swings in with a Blanc first. Survives. Swings in with Dracmon. It dies. Gets the Demi Mara egg. Draws 1. Discards 1. And then he's at 2 still, so still got something left to do. Swings in with Icemon with jamming. I'll never get tired of that, even though I'm gonna lose the game. Going through his trash. Doesn't have too much, but he does have options in there. Proceeds to play the Beelstar anyways. Paid 7? No, paid 8. And then he just wipes my board. The Shaman King doesn't have save, actually. I realized they're right there. So I only get the Darulamo with save. I draw for turn. They unsuspend. Still no rookie. This is probably like one of the worst games I've had with this deck yet, as of late. I do have a Grandel Soul in hand, but all it really does is just bottom deck the Beelstar and then sets them to 2. So that was it. All you gotta do was just unsuspend and swing away. Swing away. What are you doing? Just swing. And there you go. Finally won. You guys have a good one.